Set up on the river steeping. It's the first time I've been for must be 3, nearly 4 weeks, because the river's been really out of sorts. It's either been blowing a gale or high water or mucky water or all three. I'm actually I've got myself sat on peg 3 on the match length on the schoolhouse bend. I'm not really ready, I've got no bread out or anything yet. Off in a minute, feed one small ball, roughly where I'm going to be fishing, and we'll see what happens. It's been quite a sharp frost this morning as well, so that will not help, I wouldn't think. We'll see. I've plumbed the depth up, and if I fish straight in front of me, it's quite shallow, but it deepens off about where my float is now, about there. This peg used to be peg 1 on the platforms, and it had a deep hole right in front of it, but I think the platform was probably slightly that way. I've not had a bite yet. But I haven't seen any baits for a while, because the river, as I say, the river's been up and coloured and not been fishable. It's got about the right colour at the moment. The wind's a little bit nasty, just nipping through from left to right. That was a bite and missed it. Starting on the 4 metre whip as I usually do. It's got a nice little flow on it, but high tide was at 20 past 11, so, and it's now 10 past 12, so it should run steady for the rest of the day. Oh, that's a fish, but I can hardly call it a fish. Be alright when it grows up. I'm hoping I'll catch closer in soon. It all depends. Little bit bigger. It's lucky it deepens up with the way of the flow rather than shallowing up, because that's a pain when it does that. Probably might be feeding slightly too far upstream. Because it's not flowing that hard. I could probably get away with feeding straight in front of me. sat on this peg because with the water being up it deposited a load of silt and mud in the side, and this one looked the cleanest. Not brilliant, but it looked the best place to get the stuff down. Well, I shan't catch anything with no bait. Not really expecting a massive catch, to be honest, today. I'm getting bites, but I think there's a lot of small fish about now. I think the further it goes to the right, the shallower it gets. It sort of goes shallow, deep, and then shallows up again. That's a better fish. That's a much better fish. That's what I'm looking for. Now I've been fishing for about half an hour and I've got 14 fish. It's quite a slow start, and there's only 3 of them hardly worth counting. A couple of about 1.5 ounces and one about 3 ounces. Wind appears to be getting up a bit and it's a bit swirly. I'm getting a bite most runs down. But they're only them. May get better. Water might warm up slightly after the frost this morning. That's why I didn't come early. Wait for the car to thaw out before I decide to venture out. Plus it's lighter at nights now, you can fish till nearly 6. That's if I don't get fed up before. In case you're wondering, the wife bought me a new camera for Christmas. My other one packed up. We tried everything we could. Couldn't get it working. Didn't like motorbikes either. As soon as you got into a bike paddock, it wouldn't work at all. whether this one will be any better for that. Find out in a few weeks. Seem to make a lot of difference running it right down the swim either. If you're going to get a bite, it's usually in the first yard or so that when you put it in. It's not good. Not having it. Doesn't look too hopeful. Now coming closer on the 3.5 metre whip and started to catch a few fish. I've got about 45 now, and now it's just starting to rain. Oh, that's handy. I'll get the umbrella up in a minute. I don't like getting wet. The fish are getting better as well. I've got about 22 of them that size. I'm taking it quite early in the run, so I'm chucking out straight in front of me. It's going, well, within a couple of 3 foot it's going under now. It's alright, the rain's, it's not raining. I just dropped it in the side, the camera switched itself off and there's a fish hanging on. Starting to spot about with a bit more rain, so I think the umbrella looks like it's going to have to come out. I don't like getting my bread wet. It's now raining quite heavy and I've put the umbrella up. Still getting bites, but not too many better fish. They all seem small. I had a spell there where I caught a few decent fish one after the other, and then I had a mate come talking to me for about half an hour. I lost count of how many fish I'd caught, so I don't know now. I got about 26 or 7 better ones. We're putting the umbrella up and such like. I've lost my rhythm. A lot of them. Not really a lot of use to them. I had a swan bothering me as well, and that's Alex's fault. I'll have a word with him when I see him. He's been feeding the buggers while he's been fishing. So as soon as somebody turns up and starts fishing, the swan turns up and thinks he's going to get fed. I'll feed him at the end, but not while I'm fishing. A lot to stick the umbrella into, to be honest. It's quite rocky down there, and I managed to find a bit soft enough to get the stick in. I looked on the internet for the weather forecast, and it didn't forecast rain, not today. Just shows how wrong they are. Been fishing about 2.5 hours now, and I'm starting to use bigger bits of bread and fishing closer in. I've even had a couple of decent fish right under my rod tip. Catch any now, I'll switch that back on again. You get a lot of bites on a bigger bit of bread, but a lot of them are small fish and I'm not hitting them. Look, that was just past the rod end. Now I've got 45, about that size and bigger. Stop counting the smaller ones. A lot of folks make the mistake of fishing too far out. A lot of people after this time will be fishing right across now. They've got the long poles right out. Instead of coming closer in, they go further and further out, and it's often a mistake. Getting bite chuck down there now. Get away with a 3 metre whip here easy at the moment, but I can't be bothered to rig one up. They're not that big. You'd think this was the last thing that would happen in this shallow water, that they'd come closer in, but they often do. I just pulled out of that one, that was a better one. That is about a foot further out than the 3.5 metre width. So it's about 4 metres or just over 4 metres out. And a bite chuck. I thought the first time I run it through there, when it went under, it dragged under on the bottom, but then that happened. I'm now debating whether to cut the session short, pack up. It's not the most comfortable I've been fishing. If you look up there, the black cloud's just gone over and it's absolutely chucked it down for a few minutes. I'm just picking the odd fish up now, a lot of small ones. I've run out of feed. It doesn't look too bad over there, but I'm not catching enough to warrant staying till dark, I don't think. Yeah, I'm getting bites, but a lot of them are small fish. Might give it another half hour. Yeah, I get a bite every put in, but with having a bigger bit of bread on, the small fish, even with a small bit of bread on, the small fish still, I'm missing bites. But the trouble is, if you don't feed, which I've got very little of, you don't catch. Still getting fish, but they're all about that size. I've got about 65 fish, sort of ounce and a quarter up to about 4 ounce. Well, I can't say that was the most pleasant or most successful session I've ever had. I started off smashing my hook off on the 4-metre whip. I had to tie that on, and then I had the same problem with my 3.5. Got a few fish though. Finished up with 73 decent-ish ones that were worth counting. I'm going to weigh them now. I'll weigh them and then weigh the net. We'll see what we've got. That's not going to work. I'm going to have to put them on a different ring. Put them on this ring if I can. That'll do it. How many ounces have we got? Oh, it's gone to. It's gone back to naught. Right, let's try it again. Oh, I'm making a hot pigs here of this, aren't I? Let's see what we're going up to. I can't see that properly. Looks like 189. I can't see properly. Bloody umbrella's not helping me. Right, let's lift it up and see if we can see it. It's about 196 ounces. So it's above 10 pounds. which is not bad for a bad day. So they're all gone. I'll just weigh the bottom end of the net. There's still a fish in. Yeah, I'll just weigh the bottom end of the net and we'll see what it weighs. It's a couple of pound, I think. Oh, it's gone back to zero again. Scales are playing up. I've got the club scales out and use them. What is it? 25 ounces. So 196. Take away 25 is 171. So it's about £10.11. Yeah, they're not the best of scales. So just under £11, so it's not bad for a bad day.